Are you on all the apps? Do you make a post on LinkedIn and then share it over to YouTube and then use the right hashtags? I didn't know that you could use hashtags on YouTube. And then put it on Instagram and then maybe go over to Blue Sky, make a Substack about it. You be the three of wands. Hi, party people. It's me, Taylor Ellis, the creator of the Ellis Deck Tarot and the Tarot of the Starbound Phantasia. And today we're going to be talking about the Three of Wands and how it looks in both of those decks. The element of the wand or the rod suit is fire. And with our three, I think about like the Empress and like the creative energy. Three of Wands, I think about, when you go camping with friends or you have like a bonfire or a cookout or something, and there's that one friend that is hands down like the expert on how to build the fire. They've got their geometry, their architecture down on how the wood should stack, and they've got their uncle's recipe for good tinder or a firebug or something like that that they're going to get started with. Kind of that knowledge of the construction of it itself, kind of knowing how to build a fire versus just having fire, kind of utilization of the skill. Um, and another way to think of the fire with the Three of Wands is like a lit beacon gaining attention, like like the idea of like a signal flare, something like that. The light that the fire is generating, starting to get attention and traction, and really making it stand out, really sending a signal with the light. A good I Ching correlation that I found for this card is fire over earth. And that's 35. It's known as progress. And think about like line 5 in the I Ching for 35 is saying, like, don't think about gain or loss when you do something. Everything that you do at this point is going to lead to good fortune. And even think about like the idea that the fire is on top of the earth. It's not buried, it's above ground, it's where people can see it. This is basically telling you that you are in a position where keep doing what you're doing. It's not the time to hesitate. You have kind of laid the foundation. You got that campfire we were talking about built. Now it's time to roast the hot dogs. I This was just actually just sitting right here next to me. The astrology for the card definitely furthers that go-getter spirit. We have the sun in Aries, and that's going to take kind of that confidence and that leadership of the sun and put it together with like the assertiveness and the pioneering nature of Aries. So this is really somebody you want at the front. Kind of they've got the map in hand. They are planning the party, um, and they are not really going to second guess themselves. If you're somebody that reads reversals, you can kind of think of like the sun can kind of be a little proud, and Aries can be a little headstrong. Like from a reversal aspect of the card, that could be somebody that's about to bite off more than they could chew. So, as per usual, we're going to do the Ellis deck first, here with our three rods. And what we have here is a little scene of, this magician is kind of, they're almost at like, oh, what do I do next? I did my summoning, and here's this magical creature in front of me. What did I want to talk to them for? And we'll start with the background. We have that white sky with a blue cloud, and that's like a reversal of the imagery of our world, where we have the blue sky with white clouds. Unless you're watching this from another planet one day, on Earth we had blue sky with white clouds. But anyway, The idea behind that is that they are in a world not quite our own. They're in a world of magic. And to me, magic is kind of seeing a result without seeing any of the prep work or skills or connections involved in making the result happen. So the magician is, basically any of us that have done our homework. And in this card, we have three rods, and they are rooted in the ground. We don't see the roots this time. The roots are immaterial. We've already done the root work. That's done. We're putting the rods to work. We see that the right hand, the active hand, is on one of the rods. They are all topped with these fiery blooms, suggestive of the fire element. Um, and they've been used to summon this creature. The summoner themselves is someone, they're wearing a pink tunic with the pink color being like this psychic energy. They're putting their psychic energy to use. They're putting it out there. It's our Wolverine, bring me a cheese pizza. And they're getting the cheese pizza delivered. It's there. It's not DiGiorno, it's delivery. But they have a hat on, and they're all kind of wearing leaves and plant material in this suit. And again, they're these magical creatures. They make use of magic in their world, and the leaves are just basically their clothing. And what do the brown leaves mean? It means that it's something that's been around a while. So their hat, this cone of focus and experience, it means that they are now applying stuff that they've learned, acquired knowledge, stuff that's been in use before. They're putting it to use for themselves now. So it can be a young mind using old things. And what have they summoned? They've summoned this kind of spiky, rough looking, fiery looking fox spirit. And what is that? In this suit, that is the first appearance of the guide animal. And so that is like saying you are becoming attuned to listening to that intuitive guide that's within you, or you are beginning to notice omens. If you're a practicalist and you don't believe in any of that shit, that's your pattern recognition. You're starting to see patterns. Just one to two, like one of rods, two of rods. That's not quite a pattern yet, but maybe by rod three, you're starting to get the hint of a rhythm. By the four, that'll really be something. It'll be that one, two, three, four. But you're starting to get the impression that there's a pattern to things. All right, and then for something completely different, we have our three of wands out of the tarot of the Starbound Phantasia. Our background is black on these. It's to show the contrast of the surrounding world versus the brilliance of the light created by the fire we're making. The wands themselves are not an organic plant with a flower top. What we have instead is both kind of at the same time, like a pin and like a drill. um the drill aspect is like something that can burrow down into the ground. We could dig a well with it. We can, to create, sometimes you have to, like in construction, they have to kind of dig down, sometimes just for a basement, sometimes just for the foundation of the building. And then we have like our pin aspect of this wand, and it's like it's these white roots are coming out of it, and again, they're like in contrast with the black background. It's like when we create something, um it usually exists even if it's in sync with the times, in contrast with the world. It's like it went from not existing to existing. And so here it is. It's like as we study or as we create, we expand our existence the same way that like a network of roots expands the existence of like a forest, or like the idea of like mushrooms with their little network of roots. They kind of create, they enrich the world, which is what we do when we create. And traveling up the shaft of this wand is a cobra, and that's meant to again represent like our kundalini energy. And think about that if you're don't do kundalini or don't know what that is or don't care what that is. uh, think of it just as the idea of like that, you have like this like brute energy, and moving it upwards to where it becomes like this creative or like this spiritual energy. And what does that mean? Okay, think about like, you can kind of use like the brute force and an axe, and you can cut down a tree. But then it's at some point you have to use your brain, because on one hand now you have all of this, scrub or lumber or whatever. It's like you have to use your brain to make use of the lumber. You have to figure out what you're going to do with all the waste from it. Does that become kindling? Does it become mulch? And then you've got a stump that you've got to figure out how to get out of the ground. So, Mr. Guy was really handy at the beginning, but now we need that crown at the top, which is meant to represent like that nobility of creativity. And then we see that our three wands, they're kind of arranged like when we talked about the structure of a campfire earlier, but then also like a candelabra meant to hold the flame. And what is the flame in this picture? It's like a peacock or like a phoenix, which is this very showy bird, also another animal of the fire element. And the phoenix is like an animal that rises from its ashes, and it's like the fire is this brilliance, it's this life. It's like wood itself, dry wood that burns, it's dead, that's death. But the fire that comes out of it is life. We use it for cooking, we use it to keep warm. That was our lifeline back in the day. Before Prometheus, we just had to microwave everything. But after that, we had fire, and that was really super handy. So I talk a lot about the spirit of the creative with the fire element and with the three of wands. And the wands and rods in general are kind of about creativity and synthesis to me. But when we get to the three, that's when it has to be a little bit more than just your artistic skill. It's like you have to plan, you have to strategize, you sort of have to understand what's going on around you to even really make that map. And it's like now you're at a point where you can work from a place of achievement. You're ready for like collaboration, community, or it's kind of a tagline now, or people use it or abuse it, but the word manifestation. You're at that point where it's time to start manifesting things. You've done the groundwork, so to speak. And if you've made it this far in the video, I appreciate you watching to the end. If you want to hit like and subscribe, I know it's hard. I know it costs hundreds of dollars to hit like, and I understand in this economy, it's probably like thousands of dollars to hit like now. But if you're one of those people that lives in a castle or has a gold mine or something, if you could just hit like, that's awesome. If you'd like to add to the conversation, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have a question about anything in either of these drawings, love to answer it. Comment down below. If you have something you'd like to see me do a reading on this channel, love to see it down below. Other than that, until next time, happy reading.